Tina, now I'm going to say this. It is not every day that, God, my hair. Come on, just, come on, man. Just do it that way. Okay. It is not every day that we have really great stuff to talk about. Okay. It is not every day that stuff like this happens. What happened with the Book of Boba Fett today is nothing short of greatness. And I'm literally speechless by what I saw. First off, now I'm going to say this. I am not sure the planet that Din Djarin is coming to. All right, I think it might be Yavin 4. But, they're putting up these beehive buildings, and I'm not sure if what I'm looking at is correct. Okay, I don't know. But it approximates Yavin 4 in lots of ways, which is a major cannon wiper for the story group and Kennedy. Second of all, Din Djarin lands the Naboo starfighter, and R2-D2 meets him, takes him to a place, they build a bench, these droids, builder droids, whatever they're called, and Din sits down and he waits. And then you go to Luke and Grogu. And Luke and Grogu are doing a meditation session. And Grogu isn't really in with it. He's not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Luke's a bit unsure about what to do with him at this point. Luke is trying to teach him as best he can. And this is his first Padawan. Weird how it used to be Ben. Swolo, but it's not anymore. Okay, there's another big change. And as they're going along, as they're going along, they're going along and doing this and doing that. Din Djarin is laying there now on the bench, waiting. And Ahsoka is there. She appears. And they have a conversation. Din says, I brought something for Grogu. And Ahsoka says, look, he can't have any attachments. He can't see you. But she kind of shows him in the distance with Luke. And Luke is trying to connect with the kid. All right. So Din leaves, gives Ahsoka the little package. Din leaves, and we see Luke basically, this was a Jedi thing, trying to teach Grogu to jump. Then you see Luke put him on his back, and then he's jumping across water buffalo things out in the swamp. And it was glorious. It was glorious. And then Luke brings out the target, that target thing. And Grogu starts to learn to run, to basically, he's learning Jedi, he has Jedi reflexes. Luke says to Ahsoka, I don't know if I'm teaching him anything, but I think I'm reminding him of things. Fine. The kid was at the Jedi Academy. So then the kid has a vision of Order 66, and we don't know still how he escaped. Okay? We don't know who was there to get him out of there. Hey, Andrew. I even think somebody thought Anakin Skywalker saved him. Anakin would. Anakin's up there, lightsabering 8-year-olds. Okay, he's not going to save Grogu. Especially if, Master Yoda, Grogu, you know, Anakin is in a rage right now. Okay, he's now fully committed to the dark side. He's not, at that point, going to save Grogu. All right, but somebody did. So anyway, and it could be Mace Windu, but I'm hoping they don't bring him back just because let one character who died die. Okay, it could have been Yoda. It could have been Obi-Wan, which would make sense. I mean, they're filming this show while Obi-Wan Kenobi was filming, so why not bring him into this? All right, you know, or it could have been a number other of Jedis. Okay, it could have been any of them. So we don't know. Okay, but he was saved by somebody. All right, go on. Maybe it was Captain Rex. You know, we don't know. Again, we just don't know. Sorry. Anyway, after this, Luke realizes that Grogu's heart might not be in it. And they see Din Djarin's fighter leave. And, Luke is trying to get Grogu to connect. All right. So we go back to Mos Pelgo. And Din Djarin it lands his N1 and is told by this, kid, deputy that he can't land his fighter there, and Cobb Vanth comes out. No, I gotta go back. Let's go back, reel it. Opening scene isn't going to Yavin 4 or whatever that was. Opening scene, you got some pikes with a chest of spice and something else. Okay. Cobb Vanth walks up, tells him to get the hell out of there. They try to draw their blasters. He kills all of them but one. And he kicks it over. All the spice comes out. Now, spice has to be mixed with something to turn it into glitter stem. So it's either refined glitter stem or it's spice and they're taking it to a refinery, something where they can make it the drug that they want to make it. So then, let's go back though. We're back in Mos Pelgo, and Cobb Vanth is offered an opportunity to help Boba Fett kick the pikes out. Okay. Din Djarin leaves, and all of a sudden you see in the distance, right out of a spaghetti western, right out of John Ford, off in the distance you see this tall, kind of ghostly figure coming. It looks like a wide brim hat. Now I wasn't sure until he got closer who it was, but I didn't think they were going to go this far yet. We all wanted to see Cad Bane in live action. Cad Bane. It was fucking Cad Bane. I was literally like, holy shit. And it's a gunfight. And he kills Cobb Vanth and the deputy, boom, they're dead. And then he tells the town the syndicate doesn't want any trouble, leave it alone, whatever, okay? And basically just does what, you see gunfighters from decades before in TV shows. Warning. Oh, I know. I mean, he was great. So I'm sitting there watching it going, but I want to ask you a question. Didn't Cad Bane often work for the Hutts? All right? Didn't he? Just putting this out there. I don't think the syndicate that he's talking about is who he's working for. What I think is going on here now is there's a major league misdirection to start a war between the Pikes and Boba Fett. Yes, they are. I know they are. Okay. So Bane leaves, and we go back with Din Djarin. He lands at the palace where they've got everybody in a surround, and they're talking about what's going on. Okay, no, he actually did that. He actually did that before he met Cobb Vanth. So then we go back, then what happens is you see two Pikes. We think they're Pikes. We think they are. When I ask you a question, is it a good idea to blow up one of your biggest money-making establishments? No, it's not. This is stupid. Okay, what happens here? If it's the Pikes, these two guys walk in and they got this thing. Madame Garza Fwip sees them come in, and she sends her two Twi'lek people over, and they, the bartender and the girl, the waitress, whatever she is, hostess, asked them if they want their helmets cleaned, and they said no, they didn't take their helmets off. That is a very big point, because they can do that, okay? And they get drinks. The droid comes over or takes their drink order. They get up and leave, but they leave their thing there. Droid's like, yes, but your drinks. Boom! After they walk out the door. The whole place is just up in smoke. I mean, it's a terrorist attack is what it is. I don't think it was the Pikes that did it. Okay? It could have been, but I don't think so. We didn't see who it really was under the mask. They were dressed like Pikes, but it doesn't mean they are Pikes. Just like it doesn't mean that Cad Bane was sent by them. Why would they do that? If they've got so many soldiers on the ground, why spend the money on him? Okay? So I think the plot twist is, for at least the Boba Fett part about Tatooine, is going to be the Hutts. We're the ones that set this all up. Again, who stands to gain if the Pikes and Boba Fett are bleeding each other white? The Hutts do. If you think the Hutts gave a rancor to Boba Fett in friendship, no, they did not. Okay, they did not. All right. So when we go back to, okay, we'll just say the base at Yavin 4, whatever planet that is, or moon, and you've got Luke on one side of the rug, cross-legged, and you've got little baby, Grogu on the other, and Luke gives him a choice: the chainmail or Yoda's lightsaber. Hey, Hester, how you doing? So this is where the discussion can get really heavy duty. First off, the Hutt twins have been manipulating this the whole time, okay? And as you're watching it, you're like, this just doesn't. Why would the Pikes care about Garza's place? That's a direct violation against Boba. Killing the Marshal of Mos Pelgo, aka Freetown. Stupid. I thought that was stupid. is going to piss off the Pikes. So you got, or the Boba Fett and the natives, the population of Tatooine. Blowing up Garza's place is a direct attack on Boba Fett. So, and I'm gonna say this: whoever shot up Fett's tribe, it could have been the Pikes, okay, but because the W, but because that K was written on that tent, I'm not sure. And this was before the Hutts were even part of the show, so I don't know, but it just doesn't seem. There's something off about all this. Okay. The ending was a cliffhanger. So here's the deal. I still have to watch it again. But that's okay, Duxon. Luke giving Grogu a choice doesn't necessarily mean that the timeline is still going to the sequel trilogy. Because again, the existence of Grogu being trained by Luke even now supersedes Ben Solo by a lot. Did you see any kids running around with Luke? No, you didn't. Okay, you didn't. It was just him and Grogu. Okay, him and Grogu. And again, does anybody on the in the chat know what planet that was, or know where they were? Because I got the feeling of Yavin 4, and it wasn't approximate. They could have done some stuff on a soundstage with green screen to approximate Yavin 4, but I'm not sure if it was. Yeah, you're right. It was only Grogu. So, and in the canon timeline, Ben Solo's supposed to be there. Okay. Where is he? No, I don't. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. To get the fans all built up only for that shit. So I don't see it coming. And honestly, I don't see Disney wanting it to. I see Disney seeing that there's a lot of money to be made not following that timeline anymore. It's very interesting to me watching this move. But I have a feeling that Grogu may choose the chainmail. But that doesn't mean that Luke doesn't train him. Okay? Or, and I'll tell you the reason why. Yoda's lightsaber is a big fucking deal. Okay? That is a big fucking deal. And you can't poo-poo that. The kid probably goes with Jaren for a little bit and then goes back to Luke. Okay? That lightsaber is important. And you don't just offer it up there for the kid to say no. Well, we're not. Lord Astor, what do you want? You know? Courtship of Princess Leia is a stupid book anyway. We don't know. They're not. Where is Ben Solo? Nowhere. I don't think he's even around. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. Vantha's dead, and if he's not, but I think he's dead. Deputy's dead. And, I mean, I don't know why, again, go back and watch it. That was a center mass shot. Okay. And he sure as hell fell down like he's dead, and he wasn't breathing when we saw him. Okay. There is no Ben Solo in this. Okay. None. This is 6 years now. Yeah, he's not there. This is 6 years now after the battle after Andor. Hey, Holocron Jedi, and no Ben Solo. Right? We don't know what's happening with Han and Leia. We haven't seen them yet. But I have a feeling we're going to see Han in the next episode. The next episode, I hope, is longer. All right, these 15-minute episodes, I don't think you can put everything you need to put into this episode in 15 minutes. I think you're going to have to do like an hour at least or more. Okay? I really think you're going to. And I'm very, and again, it's 14 hours before the first earnings call for Disney of this first quarter. If it's an hour and a half, shit's going down. I mean, first off, look, we're left with Luke and Grogu. Holocron Jedi, no. Ben Solo was 5 years old at this time. That's sequel timeline. Okay? Han and Leia got married on Endor. And then she got pregnant. So, no, you're wrong on that. He would have been with Luke. And that's because that's what they put out there. Right? So we've got the sanctuary blown to bits. Right? We've got Cobb Vanth probably dead. So we got Freetown or Muspelgo like hell. We got Cad Bane running on the loose. And we've got Mando there. I think he's probably dead, and if he's not, I'm wrong, but, I don't think that we're gonna, I mean, look, what's his face has got Justified, a revamp of Justified coming back. Okay, I think my friend Nick is coming back in that show too. So, I mean, I'm not sure. He might not be dead, but it depends on what shoulder. If it was this shoulder, there's a little more important stuff over on this side than on this side. Okay. So, shit's gonna go down. And we still haven't seen Boba Fett with his Rancor. So I predict they try to figure out, what's going on. They know now they're going to war with it was Yavin 4. And I don't know where it was on in the sequel timeline. But that place they showed with the sort of hot, they tried to make it look humid, but I've lived in California, kind of in the area where they're filming this, and it's not humid, all right? It's basically you've got ocean air and then you've got desert, and that desert is not humid. It's hot, it's dry as hell, but it is not humid at all. So I think they were trying to approximate Yavin 4, but I don't know. I wish they would have said the planet, but they're keeping things from us. Okay. The Yavin 4, the moon. That's where his first Jedi temple was. Okay, that's where the Jedi Academy series is done. That's where he trained Jaina and Jason and other Jedi, and where Exar Kun's ghost tried to assert itself. Now, I didn't see any temples, the Masasi temples, but well, I mean, here's the deal. At the end, what I think is going to happen is the Alliance shows up. Hey, Theology. The Alliance, the New Republic shows up. And the showdown between Bane and Fett. And if Bane gets a drop on him, they might be. I don't know. Okay, this made me feel like it was Yavin 4, but it didn't quite approximate it. Again, when the rebels evacuated it, I do believe that the Empire wiped out the temples. So, well, Tomas, you can think whatever you want. I know a little bit about shooting. And if he got shot in the shoulder, which one? How low was it? Okay? It looked to me like he was as dead as a mackerel. You know? And that changes the timeline. It changes the sequel trilogy again. It changes what the idiot Chuck Wendig wrote. Okay? It's very, very... It's going to be very intriguing going forward. Grogu, again, choosing the chainmail doesn't necessarily mean the sequel trilogy. Okay, I'll watch it again. I'm wrong. I think he's probably dead. He wasn't moving and he wasn't breathing, okay? So, maybe he caught his breath or got the air knocked out. All right? I don't know. But he sure looked fucking dead to me. Okay? I think if Luke brings Grogu to Tatooine, Han will be with him. I think it's going to be very interesting how this all goes. I don't care about the deputy. I really don't. It's going to be very, very, very interesting how this all goes because there's a lot of shit to come down. We've got Fett having to deal with Garza's place being blown up. Again, why would the Pikes blow it up? Now, they might not have been making money off of her, but if they were fighting over the planet, why wouldn't they? Okay? It stands, no, we don't. And that's sad. I'm like, I want it to be about, it's got to be at least an hour and a half. It's got to be a movie length. Okay? Because there's a lot of shit to come down. All right? There's a lot. Oh, I know. I'm going to talk about the deepfake technology. Do you guys remember how bad, awful Aaron Yuck was? How terrible he was? Do you remember? I do. You have what looked to be a bad cosplayer and a guy who can't act playing Han Solo. And it did not work. It didn't. John and Dave discovered that you could bring the character to life the way everybody knew him by not bringing back a different actor. Okay? I think people need to stop talking about Sebastian Stan. Okay. Tomas, you're wrong. This is, the Pikes did not blow up Garza's place. Okay? They did not. All right? They also didn't send Cad Bane. Every time you ever saw Cad Bane, he was working for the Hutts. All right? The Hutts are the ones behind all this. They're the ones to stand to gain the most. If, now can I go back to what I was talking about? Thank you. They don't have to get a different actor. No Sebastian Stan. You just get a guy that approximates Mark Hamill. And there you go. The deep fake works. Somebody back a long time ago said, and it was very interesting to me, one of the directors I know, but someday we're not actually going to have actors. It's going to be CGI. They're getting that good. Okay? They're getting that good. And this was really, really good. All hail Shamook. All right, wow. So, we don't have to worry about awful Aragnac playing Han Solo anymore. All right? We don't. You get Anthony Ingruber. For all we know, he's going to be the one under the CGI. Okay? He said something about, he's up to sacred scroll stuff right now. All right? This episode is a turning point. If you're a patron of Cameron Pasha's, go see what he said. Again, if Grogu chooses the chainmail, it puts kind of a chink in the theory. But it also doesn't hurt the theory either. It literally changes everything. The sequel trilogy and anything that has to do with Kathleen Kennedy is done. Okay? It's done. Now to go, let's talk about a little bit about crazy. Not been seen. I am predicting she will announce her resignation sometime after the earnings call, after next week, after next Wednesday. And I don't think so. I think, why would Grogu do that? Here's a theory. Din Djarin does not relate well to the Darksaber. But he's got it. Okay. You've got two different characters. You've got Boba Fett, who's an heir to Mandalore, his Jango Fett. And when he showed his chain code, that was EU. That changed everything. And that was, a Mandalorian season 2. Fett is a rightful heir. Then we've got Bo-Katan. She could be a rightful heir. No, I don't think so. First off, he doesn't have the dark saber, and second of all, he's a Jedi. That's what he's gonna be. I'm almost positive. We may have to do a circuitous route to get him to be a Jedi. All right, but eventually, yeah, he was, but he was human. Okay, and you're missing the big picture. Yoda's lightsaber. All right, which in my opinion is a hell of a lot more historic than the Darksaber. All right. it's very interesting to me seeing how this is going to play out, because even if he does choose the chainmail, it doesn't mean we're getting the sequel trilogy. It doesn't. So to the people, boo-hooing and this just is a sequel trilogy. You know, they want it to. They want it to. They need it to. They need it to. This is what happens when you're driven solely by hatred. Only. Okay? This is why they're called the black pills. If you don't want to see it because you can't let Gina Carano go, fine. Okay? But don't piss in our cornflakes. All right? We're pretty happy. All right? So please, and we haven't seen Ben Solo. This is when he was supposed to go with Luke. He is nowhere to be seen. Okay. I wouldn't, the way this is shaping up and how big it's going to be, I know that Doomcock said Leia wasn't going to be in this. But, yeah, they did. That Leia wasn't going to be in the finale of this show. I gotta tell you guys something. I wouldn't be surprised to see her. Because they put Harrison Ford out there and then they took it back. So we know he's going to be in it. Right? We know he's going to be in it. But is there something bigger? Well, I can't think of anything. But you see the Falcon, you see a squadron of, troop ships landing, X-Wings, maybe B-Wings and A-Wings and all the rest of that stuff. And at the end of the fight, the ramp comes down. And the one thing I love about Harrison Ford as Han Solo, you see the landing ramp come down. And you see his legs. You see those boots. You see the blood stripes. And it's like, ah. And that's how he's going to be introduced. Okay. Or Cad Bane, drop on Boba Fett. Someone shoots at him. Boba Fett doesn't know. And see Han walk out. Gun drawn. That would be cool too. But landing ramp, you see Han up here, Chewbacca with them, and then Leia, pregnant. Because if it's 6 years after Endor, they would have been first off, we have Tatooine Ghost. This could be running and coinciding with Tatooine Ghost. Okay? And if it is, they're already on Tatooine. Think about that. They're already looking for that painting. Think about it. All right. It wasn't Bryce Dallas Howard that directed it. It was Dave Filoni. And if they're there you go. Because they went to Tatooine to find that painting with the secrets in it. We could have Admiral Thrawn up in the Chimera trying to get them. This could be a conflagration of all kinds of shit coming down, if you think about it. I haven't even thought of that. But if they're there and they run into what's going on, I could see Han blowing away Cad Bane or hurting him bad enough that he flees. And then they realize the Hutts are trying to come back. This war could go on, which is fine by me. But we could also see Tatooine become the haven for the Mandalorians. Okay. Again, Boba Fett is an heir to Mandalore, legitimate heir. Din Djarin has a hard relationship with the Darksaber. All right. He's too emotional. This is the thing. And this is something I did not think of until now. Din Djarin is so emotionally attached to Grogu that he can't wield the Darksaber. Think about it. Is Grogu so emotionally attached to Din Djarin? Okay. All right. This is why the Darksaber may end up with Boba Fett. Because, because, hey, we've already got the Rancor. A mythosaur will rise. Okay? There's a Rancor. It's not a mythosaur, but best we can do under the circumstances. If she is. Okay? Now, if Han and Leia are on Tatooine doing something else and they kind of if she's in it. This is all theory, this is all speculation. They're on Tatooine to find that painting. She wouldn't be pregnant at the time. Okay? Or, why would Han allow her to travel like that and go into harsh conditions if she got twins on the way? All right. So if she is pregnant, it's going to be, we'll see her. She'll be standing there. She'll say some stuff to Fett. Probably call Han off the ledge. And that'll be that. Okay. Because I think Cameron's right. Fett won't be salty. He won't be salty. Han will be. I'm sure we're going to hear him say, I thought you were dead. And that'll be, and someone's going to have to call him off the ledge. And it could be Luke. Luke could show up too. Could have Luke. But it makes more sense if it's Leia, I think. This is going to be very interesting seeing these guys all show up at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, I have been on for, get off my thing, 42 minutes. If you haven't seen it, see it. Do it now. I'm very happy. I'm a little bit concerned at the end because again, then it clouds the universe. But again, we haven't seen Ben Solo. Where is he? Again, it's like, where's Kennedy? Where's Kathy? We'll just see. Anyway, and I know Pablo Hidalgo's got to be crying right now, just bawling his fucking eyes out. Good. The stuff. I'll see you around the galaxy.